Sirles here. This week on Husker Huddle, we get a chance to catch up with a good friend of mine, Jermarcus Yoshi Hardrick. Yoshi, how are you, my friend?
Well, great, man. How about you? So great to talk to you, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been too long since we've got caught up, man. And what we're trying to do here is we want to get caught back up with some of the Husker guys in this time of quarantine, this time of everyone's sitting at home kind of figuring out what they're doing. So tell us, what has the last few weeks been with you? I know you're going into your 9th season now as a professional football player. You re-signed with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, which, again, couldn't be more excited for you about. But give us an update, man. What have you been up to?
Basically, with all the changes going on, my kids out of school, no certainty on the season right now. Basically, trying to stay in shape, stay ready for the call. Try to be the best parent me and my wife can be right now. Make sure the kids are up to date on their schoolwork. Try to stay in shape, and basically just waiting on the call whenever they say we're good to go to Canada. And basically that's the plan right now, just taking care of the family and staying ready for football.
So, Yoshi, you've been in Canada now for 7 years, right?
This will be going on my 7th year here.
Going on your 7th year. Walk us through what that's been like. What has the journey of from the beginning of when you went from the NFL to Canada and now from Canada going into, I mean, you got your own leap named after you now. You got the Hardrick leap in the stadium now. I mean, walk us a little bit through what that's been like for you.
Man, the journey has been great. From going to the NFL in 2012, I was on the practice squad with the Saints 2012. 2013, I ended up playing arena football, and I finally ended up in Canadian football in 2014 with the BC Lions. And I went through a lot of coaching changes in my first couple of years, and I finally got with Winnipeg in 2016. And it was the best thing to happen to me. That was the first time I was ever with a team in Canada from camp, and it gave the team a chance to see what I can bring. And, man, it's just been a blessing, man. It's been a grind, different game, but it's still football. Extra person on the field. The O&D line is a yard away from each other. But Canadian football, man, I compare it to the Midwest, man. Just a lot of honest, hard-working people, and it fits me well. And, man, I'm excited to grow and learn more about the Canadian football game. I know I'm on the last leg of my career. I'm looking forward to coaching after this, but, man, it's been great, man. It's been a long journey, and I'm enjoying it. I'm finally starting to reap the rewards of grinding. I won me a Grey Cup last year, All-Star 2 years ago. Man, I wouldn't be in this spot without you, Jeremiah, so I shouldn't even take the credit for this. So many people have helped me to be in this position, and you were right there in front of me, and me saying reps with you, man. There's no way I'd be here without you, and I just really want to thank you.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I still tell people to this day you're one of my favorite teammates of all time, man. You like to grind, you like to work, and you just were this sponge of knowledge when you got here. In 2010? 2010 is when you got here, correct? Yeah, I mean, my favorite story is you showed up and we had our first conditioning session there, that GPP session, and you just grinded through it. And that was the moment that I was like, man, this guy gets it. This guy understands. And I was only a redshirt freshman at that point, and so I remember working together and being able to see you, the career that you've had, the family man that you've turned into, Yoshi. I'm telling you, it's been one of my favorite stories to follow. Tell me a little bit about, I know your mom, she's back down in Mississippi now, and you and your mom were really, really close. I remember she came up and visited. She called me Sniles, I believe, was where my nickname Sniles came from. And how's your mom doing through all this? She been able to make it up to some games, anything up in Canada?
She hasn't made it to Canada. She comes to Nebraska twice a year. She comes when I get back in December and right before I go back in May. She just got a passport. I want to say 2 years ago. She had a couple health things going on, and she finally able to come up.
Good.
She's excited to come up this year. Things have been great, man. My mom, she always still brings you up, man. I never forget going to Red Lobster with you in the O-line. And my mom still brings it up. I was just home 3 weeks ago, man. She was talking about all the great times in Nebraska, all just the love and hard working and people here. And she just felt the love and the welcome that I felt on my visit that made this place home for me. That's why I still live in Nebraska now, have so much support, have so many guys like you. Man, it's just lovely to be a Cornhusker, man.
Yeah, man, there's really no place like it. It's the reason my family now places roots here. A lot of guys place roots back here. I heard you mention you were talking about thinking about going into coaching. That's the first time I'm hearing something about this. Kind of explain, maybe elaborate a little bit on the coaching lifestyle that you've got to. I mean, you've got to see college coaching, NFL coaching, Canada coaching. Like, where do you see yourself fitting in? Where do you want to coach? Kind of, what's your process for that post-career after the CFL?
Post-career, I really want it to be a smooth transaction. I don't mind where I coach. I really just want to coach. I don't want to be done with football. I really want to save someone like somebody saved me. I really want to share any knowledge that I have. And, man, I would love to jump right into the CFL. We have guys who retired and they've been assistant coaches the following year in the CFL. Or I'd love to come down and be a GA or start at a small school. Or even if I have to go to JUCO, man. It doesn't matter. I just want to start. It's not where you start, it's how you finish. And, man, I've been grinding my whole life, so I don't mind grinding. I just really want to get in there and help some kids, help some young men, man, and do what somebody did for me, and, man, they can change a generation, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's big time. I mean, Yoshi, I don't know if a lot of people know your story from coming from JUCO to here, being a starter and moving forward, but maybe, I mean, you talked about saving kids. Talk about a little bit what football did for you growing up and what it meant for you as far as becoming a man, becoming a husband, becoming a father. I mean, football has given me so much, and I know it's given you so much, but your story is unique in the journey that you took. So what has football done for you that you want to give back to kids in such a way?
Man, football has done so much to me. Most of all, it's made me go from a boy to a young man and from a young man to an older man. But the thing, man, oh, man, it saved my life. Just I didn't have an opportunity to learn a lot growing up. My family, I was the first one to graduate college. I'm from a town of 300 people. Football was really our only way out. And I just, man, it almost brings tears to my eyes, man. Football showed me how to work hard. It showed me how to trust people. Football was the first time I heard a man tell me he loved me. I didn't have a father in my life. Coach Bo, my junior college coach, and my high school coaches, those guys were so invested in me, and I want to pay them back because at the time I didn't even know they was invested in me. I was so hurt from not having a father. I was so hurt from not having the things I saw on TV. And I brought that out on the football field. And next thing I know, I was climbing up the ladder to be a major college football player. But then it showed me how to work. It showed me anything you want in life, you got to work for. It doesn't matter about being entitled to something. The biggest thing, when I came into Nebraska, I was a little entitled. I thought I was this big tackle. And I met Jermarcus Sirles, a guy who probably was a two or three star, didn't care nothing about what he saw on the internet. He just came in and worked. And just meeting people like you, Rex, the Boat Leanings, the walk-on program in Nebraska, how hard those guys work, how much pride they put in. So it just showed me how to care for things, showed me how to work for things, showed me how to take care of my family, showed me to put my priorities in the right place. Man, it just gave me something to look forward to waking up to every day. And it also showed me just there's a lot more great things out there in the world, and football just opened the doors for me for that.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That's so cool. Yoshi, as we're wrapping up here, we got to take a peek and we got to talk about the 2020 Nebraska football program. Where do you see this program, year 3 of Scott Frost, moving forward? I think the O-line is going to be a lot better next year. I know that's what you watch. I know that's what I watch. But as you look at this program, where do you see this program going in 2020?
We have nowhere to go but up. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. And I support the hustle. I support Scott Frost. And now I'm excited for the O-line. I've been reading articles and seeing things that we're bringing all 5 back. Adrian Martinez going into his 3rd year. Man, I just see us going up. I don't want to put too high of an arrow on us, but we have nowhere to go but up. And I'm going to support the guys. And we're going to be in a bowl game this year. I will say that we're going to be in a bowl game this year. And I'm looking for the Hogs to lead us to where we need to be this year.
I love that answer. All right, Yoshi, last question. I need your best memory of being at Nebraska, either a game or an off-the-field moment, but this is something that I still reflect on, and I have a hard time pinning one down, so sorry if I'm putting you on the spot. But a moment that you just remember and you will always remember for the rest of your life that was kind of that aha moment that while you were here at the University of Nebraska that made it mean so much to you?
Probably just my first tunnel walk. Coming from a town of 300 people, man, my first tunnel walk, the first actual game of the year, not on my visit. When I came out the tunnel walk, just that red carpet of people out, all all giving us waves, and when that gate finally opened, man, and that's a memory I'll never forget, man. I will never forget when that gate opened. I saw all those people here to cheer for us. I saw the cheerleaders waiting, and I saw us, and Bo said, "Are you guys ready?" We started jumping out, and man, I can vividly see it now, man. My first ever tunnel walk, man, coming down, shaking the guy's hand, the gate will open up, and us as brothers and our coaches, we started jumping and we went, and I'll never forget that moment.
There's still nothing like it. I mean, we did the greatest games on Husker Sports Nightly here last Friday, and we did the Miami game, and I just started listening to the prep music before the tunnel walk and got the goosebumps and the shakes almost, because there really is nothing like it. Yoshi, I thank you so much for joining us. I thank you for joining us on Husker Huddle here to get caught back up with you. We will definitely be looking for you this year in the Blue Bombers uniform for that Hardrick leap as you jump in and everyone follows you, because your energy is contagious, your love for football is contagious, and we just thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I'm going to keeping up with you, man. I love you, man, and look forward to seeing you soon.